if you have some problems in one country, you can go to another one. And not to mention that another passport unlocks you more traveling opportunities. For example, if you have a weak passport, let's say you have an Indian passport or whatever, there are many countries who would not accept you without applying for a visa, and that can be a very tiresome process. Having an extra passport, who's, which is much more powerful, can negate that. Like, if I can't enter in a certain country with my one of my passport, I'm using another one to enter it. So I have much less restriction. I can operate in multiple countries, set up entities much easier. So if the system wants to crush me or something, not that they won't because I'm a law-abiding citizen, it's going to be much more difficult for them to cooperate with multiple countries in order to attack me. Like I can go whenever. Oh, somebody want fax to me. Nice. Book a plane ticket. I'm of the country. What? 2 hours and I'm out. And you can't do anything. And if you try to arrest me, I have another country which protects me because I'm their citizen. So keep that in mind. It's always good to diversify your risk. Now, do you all need multiple passports? No. But if you can, that's good to have. That's something that people with big money do for themselves. Like, I never met a rich person, like a truly rich person who only had one passport. Maybe American people. Like, they really like the USA. They don't think they need anything else. But if you meet somebody from Europe or something, or China, those kind of areas, they usually have multiple ones. Okay, next. This is the most exciting thing I've been doing in my time inside the real world. This PM challenge is amazing. Thanks, Kotaiba. Hope you like it. Let's go. Guys, please try not to have discussion in this chat while I'm live because it's kind of distracting me from getting to the questions. And it's wasting time. Ace, I had a kind of Red Bull with sneakers bar, not gonna happen again. What should I do in this situation? I answer it as I don't have. Okay, if you face something that isn't the porn or masturbation done, then just continue where you left off. Don't beat yourself up too hard, but don't give yourself an excuse to fail again. Like, you don't want to be like one of those guys, like, oh, oops, I ate some candy, I failed the challenge, now I can go masturbate. Like, no, you don't give yourself an exit. You failed with the candy, okay. The other things, keep doing that. Keep dressing your best, keep doing everything as mentioned. Just tomorrow, don't eat candies. I hope it makes sense. I already explained what to do, how to recover from failure. Maybe we do another one, maybe tomorrow, about recovering from failures. Because I see like third of the people who join us initially. So many people have quit, I think. But I do know that I changed the timing here a little bit, so other people might not be able to make it. So that's my fault. Right. Another more questions about fruits. Guys, having one fruit is okay. Drinking juice that's made of multiple fruits is not. So you can have a banana, you can have an apple, that's fine. But don't abuse fruits. Like, don't drink apple juice that's made of like 4 or 5 apples and all of that shit. Like, that's too much sugar. Ace getting his green card. No, I don't have a green card and I don't need one. Why would I need a green card to work in the USA? I don't need it. Let's see more questions. It is just the sound sometimes out. I don't know if the sound gets cut, but it wouldn't surprise me because, well, now I'm in a very nice apartment and the internet is kind of nice. Well, I'm still on a traveling setup, so that's possible. Sorry if it's cut, but it is what it is. How many brothers you got, Ace? Biological? None. It's just me and the sister. You mentioned you spent tens of hours on plane flights over the weekend. How did you utilize this time? Well, I have tons of tasks to do. It doesn't matter. Internet or not, there's always something I can do. Like, there's no excuses. For example, I utilize some of the hours into writing the next task, which took me a little bit of time going proofreading that and etc. So it takes time. There's always something to do. Before I'm going on a plane, I already prepare. So I'm preparing for 2 situations. Situation 1, there's Wi-Fi and I can continue to work. So I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Situation 2, there is no Wi-Fi. for whatever reason, not every time it exists. And I have the work that I can do offline. So you just prepare for that. I work in a sawmill, essentially only moving wood for 10 hours a day, and sometimes it gets boring and I find myself falling asleep. In this scenario, would listening to instrumental music be considered okay? You just keep going in silence. Bro, if you need to listen to something that keeps you awake, you can listen to something else, like podcasts or audiobooks. Like if you have some mundane time, you can use it smartly. That's okay. It doesn't have to be music necessarily, just something that keeps your focus. Ace, I just wanted to thank you for your lessons. You're welcome. Again, you don't need to thank me like verbally. The best thank you I can get is that you continue to do your work in the real world every single day. Like that's my purpose, to make you much better. Ace, I wake up naturally after 10 hours of sleep. I feel like wasting time, but it's better for me to sleep 2 hours more. Well, 10 hours is kind of more than your body needs. I think. I don't know exactly what your body needs. And here's the thing, getting too much of something can't be bad too. Like getting more than your body needs will make you wake up a little bit more tired, and it's not going to be beneficial in any way if you've already rested enough for your body. Unless, of course, you worked so hard the entire week, barely had any sleep, and then you're getting 10 hours, that's okay. But then again, maybe your body needs 10 hours. I don't know. I don't know how you operate on 8 or 9. You said if you do 10 or 10, like less than 10, then you feel fucked up. Then yeah, just sleep as much as your body needs. You want to wake up and operate in your day on full performance. Full performance is more important than, I don't know, saving an hour or two. Because it's not about how much time you have, but how you utilize it. High energy is much more important. Ace, what finding style would you recommend? I don't know, I'm stuck. What should I learn? Now you're stuck on analysis paralysis. You don't sign to a fight gym because you're trying to think which side is the best to go with. Should you go to kickboxing, maybe boxing, maybe Brazilian Jiu Jitsu? It doesn't matter. Just find a good gym and go for it. Bro, do what I did. I found the best fight gym at inside in my city that isn't too far. And then I just took every class possible. I, I tried Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, I tried boxing, I tried kickboxing, I tried MMA, and then I stayed with whatever I liked more, which is Muay Thai or kickboxing. It's kind of the same in our gym. So yeah, just try everything. If you like it, stay. If you don't, then don't. The idea is that you find something that you like doing and can continue to do it consistently. But don't waste time not signing up to the gym because you're still thinking which style should you pick. That's loser. That's a loser thing to do. It's what if you don't have a woman? Then you don't do anything with your dick. Just use it to pee until you find a woman. In fact, none of you should be like becoming monks. Just find it should be one of your goals to get a woman, like to do something manly. Okay, next. My friend is having a party on Friday celebrating turning 18 and was invited. Should I go? Now, here's the thing. If it's absolutely important for you to go, then make sure that you worked so hard this week that this party is the appropriate reward for it. Like you busted your ass off 18 hours a day or whatever. Put your maximum performance on it. So then going Friday night is an appropriate reward. But in any case, don't stay in this party for too long because there was a quote somebody told me. It was like a few years ago. He said, "Nothing good ever comes past midnight," and I found it to be the absolutely truth. Like there was nothing there outside past midnight that was actually worth it for me. But again, I'm not a party person. I never was. So maybe parties get extremely late after midnight. I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't stay that long. Go have some fun. If you get some woman, nice, but bounce off. Because party really doesn't change it much. It's the same. And I used to work at an art gallery that is owned by someone who is like a brother to me. We work very well together. The other owner, on the other hand, seems to argue a lot, and there are differences about how things should be with the company. Well, it's not really tied to the challenge, and it's a rather specific question. I think when it comes to business and partnership, Aro might be a little bit better to answer that. because I would have to analyze the question, and I don't really have the platform to do that right now. So I'm sorry if I couldn't provide you with an answer for that. Next. If I don't ejaculate for like a week, I'm just super irritated and can't focus on. Yeah, bro, that's called withdrawal. It happens to us all when we withdraw from something. I prefer to put a quickie without porn or anything just to release the tension. Bro, this is just your mindset. And actually, when you abstain from porn, masturbation, and orgasm, like your body goes through different phases. I think I should write about that. I think that on the website called Your Brain on Porn, they actually explain that. And there's a certain part on the journey which is called the flat line, where you don't even feel anything. Like you feel like you completely lost your appetite for sexuality, which is your mind tries to trick you with like reverse psychology. Or you feel nothing. How about you try to feel something? So yeah, in any case, if you feel irritated, just continue to push through. As you have a mental framework from the military for acquiring skills and retaining info in highly stressful situation. Yeah, bro, that's called practice. We were practicing some basic stuff, basic drills, like hours every single day. Like I was half asleep. I could even been literally asleep and still doing that because that's repetitions. There was, I don't remember if that's a book or subject written like, but researchers found that obtaining absolute mastery over any skill or subject takes, I think it's 10,000 hours. I'm not sure about the specific number, but it's either 10,000 hours or 10,000 repetitions. In any case, that's the biggest number. And once you reach that threshold, then whatever you do, it becomes the second nature. So if you try to gain a skill, there's just no other shortcuts. Just continue to practice. That's what we did in the military. Endless practice. And once we master the basic, we will just complete practice in tons of different environment, in different situations, and try to simulate combat situation, but in non-risky way. Like you wouldn't want to practice preparing your rifle when you're already in the battlefield, right? But there are other ways to simulate it. Ace, can you cancel my membership? Bro, go to support. Ah, so okay. My TikTok account just got banned. Sorry for that. Rest in peace. I think I deserve it. I'm a loser, needs a lesson to walk even on and open my brain. Is this a good mindset to have? How would you think if your source of income is bro? Thinking that you're a loser, it's a never good mindset to have. Like I don't know how you reach this conclusion, like this crazy conclusion that if they close your TikTok, it means you're a loser. No, it doesn't mean you're a loser. It means you made some mistakes. Guys, if you fail something, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means an action you took just didn't work as expected. You as a person, not bad. The action itself, that bad. Always think of it that way. You don't want to think about your mind and about yourself negative things because it's going to penetrate deeply into your mind and it's going to affect you negatively. So thank you for posing this question because I think that's a good lesson for people. But if you feel like you did something bad, then attribute the negativity to your actions and not to yourself. You didn't do something because you were a bad person. You did something because, I don't know, you thought it was the best move on that specific moment. And the action you took turned out to be wrong and negative, maybe. But you as a person, you're okay. You're just learning. So you failed, you get back up. You do it again. That's what life is. Life knocks us down, all of us. We just have to get back up and continue the race. There's no other way to do this. Ace, I don't set limits for my goals as I follow the principle of reach for the sun, you reach for the moon, reach for the moon, reach for the sky. Well, I don't see why you wouldn't want to be a clock while chasing the sun. Like it sounds like some quote. I know this quote and I don't think the way people interpret it is true. Like having big goals, fantastic, I'm all for it. But saying that, oh, I'm just going to try to do my best and not have a clock, why not? If you can measure it, that's good. Just measure it. Try. Yeah, I don't really see why would that be a way for you to avoid using a clock. Just time your tasks. And mind is a powerful weapon. If you guys want to get better, stop calling yourself dumb, weak, etc. You will poison your brain. Yep, I absolutely agree with that, and I just covered it. What's the task? It's so exhausting when people don't bother reading. Like, even if I told you the task, you probably wouldn't know because you didn't listen to that. Every day should be a good day. Yes, correct. Let's see more questions. I'm trying to find some good ones. Is it okay to drink milk? Why would you want to drink milk? But if you insist, if you must have, then don't just abuse it. Like, I know people who drink tons of milk. Milk has tons of calories, guys. Remember that. It's not water. It contains sugar. It contains fat. Like, keep that in mind. I hit a wall, worked hard for 16 days straight, but now I'm using Steam. Tried giving a reward, but it backfired with even less productivity. No, you don't give yourself a reward when you're falling off track. That's not how it works. That's actually backwards. You're giving yourself a reward when you're full track ahead, full power. Because when you're failing and you try to give yourself a reward, you're not rewarding anything. What do you reward really? You're failing, so there's no reward. You're just trying to throw cheap pleasurable activities at yourself, trying to make yourself more motivated to work, but it's never gonna work. The equivalent for that would be you have a girlfriend and she's starting to act like shit. If you think, I really need to motivate her. Now she's acting like shit. She doesn't get back to my calls. She's going out with her friends. What should I do? How about I buy her some gifts? How about I buy her flowers? How about I buy her a new iPhone? Like, you're starting to give her gifts, trying to get her back on track. But all that's gonna do is just make things worse. Like, there was never somebody who won back his girl by giving her more gifts once she started to be shit with them. To the opposite, if your girlfriend is acting absolutely fantastic and you buy her something nice, then that's a reward for her good behavior. And that's something that you want to benefit, not acting like shit. The same thing about yourself. If you're acting like shit, you don't give yourself a reward. That's a very bad call. Ace, do you mean about purchasing a single password from one of your contacts? Can it be detached in case it's most cases unregistered? Bro, everything I do it absolutely legally. Like, there is no buy passport from some shady person. Everything I do is completely legal, done with professional lawyers and everything. So I don't hack things legally. Like, if the police gonna look into my files or everything, I'm completely legal. I'm a fully legal abiding citizen. I completely abide the law because I think I covered it some multiple times. I said my top value, my top code, my top mission in life is to be free. And disobeying the law can compromise my freedom, which is like it's completely contradicting my core value. So I hope it makes sense. As I said, your goals and actions, they can't go against your values. And if my value is freedom, I can't go against the law because then my freedom would be compromised. Okay, next. Ace, I'm extremely busy with my daily task list, work and school. My problem is that if I watch your live calls and pops live call, I only have 2 hours to work plus interruption from my family. Listen, if you have to skip on my live call because you want to go do some work, like, I'm not going to hold it against you. I think if work comes first, but it's always good to go on a call and listen and get some extra information and push back and push. But if you have to choose between going or listening to me is answering some questions instead of doing the actual matters, then well, you have to understand that you will feel fear, and that's part of life. But fear should never hold you back. You should always jump into action, no matter what. Like, there's no secret formula that I can give you, which is going to make you stop feeling afraid. There is no such thing. I wish there was, because I would give it to everybody I know, including myself. But fear is just, it comes to us all, and that's what makes us human. Listen, fear has a very basic, like it has a very important mission, but unfortunately, it's no longer relevant to our generation in many cases. Like fear is meant to keep you alive, and all of the people you know, all of the people in history who didn't feel fear, they're probably dead. So we evolved from the people who felt fear. Like imagine our ancestors deep in the forest, and there was so much danger, like the danger of a rival tribe, the danger of predatory animals like saber-toothed tigers, mammoths, whatever, lions. Everything could kill them. The ones who had no fear, they probably died. Oh look, what a cute tiger! Boom, eaten, dead. So fear is okay. It's okay to feel fear. It's actually healthy to feel fear. Like that's natural. That's human. But what you need to know is that your fear is not always rational. And all you have to do is just jump into action. And the more you train yourself to jump into action, the weaker your feel will be able to hold you back. So there is no way to just solve it easily. Just by practice, continue to do things that makes you afraid, and that's going to be one of the days we're going to have in the coming week, maybe the next one. I'll see how you guys do. So yeah, just do it. That's the only question. I'm going on a vacation with my family next month. How will I stay focused and still get some work done while I'm not exploring on vacation? I do have my MacBook. Bro, I super hate traveling because it completely disrupts my work schedule. But sometimes it's necessary. We don't do it all the time. It's okay when you go on vacation, but as I recommended to the guy who asked me about his party, try to make it so that vacation feel like you earned it. And you're not just being lazy fuck who does nothing and doesn't deserve it. So that's one tip I can give you. Now, if you study with your MacBook, if you still can get some work, you will. I'm sure you can find some time. That's very possible. That's very easy. Like I assume you're not going to be at a beach 8 a.m. to like midnight. That's impossible. You can find windows for work every now and then. I did it myself with family vacations. That's possible. Next, hey, should I work in multiple campuses at once? I don't recommend that. I think if you focus on one thing, you have much higher likelihood to succeed than if you spread it across 3 or 4 other campuses. I said it recently, I think it's one of the other calls, that some people think, oh, if I do 5 campuses, I multiply my chances to succeed by 5. While the opposite is true. You just divide your chances to succeed by 5. Because succeeding in one campus is already that difficult and requires 100% of your focus. This trying to divide your focus is not going to get you anywhere. So keep that in mind. Uh, how do you overcome the random massive waves of boredom that comes over when you are working on a task? Well, ask yourself, why are your tasks boring you? If your tasks are boring you, it means you're doing something incorrectly. I don't know what it is because I'm not over your shoulders looking at you, but it means that you're not doing things properly. Now, I'm trying to think of an advice to give you, but I just do what I like. So I'm trying to think, well, why would you force yourself to do something that you don't want? If you don't want to do that, it's very hard to convince yourself that you actually do. So just do what you want in terms of work. If you don't like the line of work you have, you can find something else. But in general, I like making money. The work in itself, it's like secondary to me. I do what I have to make money. I do what I have to do to make the deal. If you can change your view about it, if you can attach another angle to it, like I do something and then I get to do X, or like I'm doing that for this, then it might be able to help you. Ace, what should we write in daily check? That's a good question because I see people trying typing tons of shit over there. You want to first type whatever you did that day, everything. Then you want to post the daily check, the daily list. Like almost daily, I give you another task to do. But I'm going to like wait like 2 3 days before something new comes because I see so many of you are failing with the existing ones. So yeah, just post whatever. I will make a dedicated post about this. So that's a good point you bring. Hey, a friend of me, I started today and I feel that my work for is way worse than the last weeks due to stop smoking. We smoke during the boot camp because I can work better. Bro, that's cope. You just felt shit because of withdrawal effects from smoking, and you think that smoking is actually enhancing your performance. No, it's the fact that you smoked and got yourself addicted to smoke it that fucked your performance and made you rely on a white. Never mind. Yeah, bro, you just got addicted to smoking, and once you started to feel the withdrawal effects, you believed, oh man, I should really get back to smoke. It makes me feel better now. That's not truth. That's a cope for being weak. That makes you. Never mind. You don't want to suck on white things. I would just say that. You say not to eat much fruit or to have sugar in your diet. What about smoothies? Smoothies are shit. Why would you want a smoothie? Smoothie can be a reward, but not something that you consume on the regular. Like it makes no sense. It's just sugar. Super calorie dense for nothing. What's the relation between you and Mr. Tate, besides you and Admin? We're business partners, some other business. We're friends. We know each other for a long time. He trusts me. I trust him. And we work well together. So yeah, we're not family or anything if that's what you wanted. Eighth, are we meant to be on day 7 or day 8? Well, according to my calendar, today is January 8th. So that means we're on the 8th day. So sounds like you missed some days. So go back. How long have you been going for? Oh shit! I wanted to do like 30 minutes. Now we are 3 minutes short of 50. So I'll answer some more questions and then I'll let you go back to your day. Okay, next. One of the things I'm finding is that it is very difficult for me not to want to go out and meet women and collect numbers. It's a habit from college. Bro, if you want to go out and meet some women, do that. Just first, if it's fun for you, make it a reward and then just cap it. Like, you're trying to find some balance. Like, I don't know, is it your goal? Is it not? Like, is it something that you want to do all day, every day? It's kind of weird. Like, not the task itself, but the question is weird. You can say, well, I will work super hard this week, like 12 hours a day, every day, working on my business. Then I will dedicate one evening and by the weekend to go out and meet some girls. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. It's actually good. So you don't want to be a degenerate, always outside, trying your best to collect numbers. By the way, I find the chase, like the race to get numbers, absolutely asinine. Like you don't want numbers, you want women in bed. But I see people just going to collect numbers for the sake of collecting numbers. They do nothing with the number. Like they feel like the win is the number. No, the number is not the win. Absolutely not. That's stupid. It's how to overcome friends always wanting to drink. Just throw them away. If your friends are degenerate alcoholics, you don't want them around. Ace, what is the best way to resist temptation? Should I keep myself busy as much as possible? First of all, yeah. There is a very famous saying that says, idle hands are the devil's hands. When you're bored, when you have nothing to do, then you think about things that's going to make you feel pleasure. So that's first. Second, the best way to resist temptation is not to be tempted in the first place. Like, if you're tempted to eat some sweets, if you're tempted to smoke a cigarette, the best way is actually not to have any cigarettes around. I think I covered it already. So yeah, that's the best way. If you want a best way, this is it. Ace, I'm going to prepare for a call with a prospect. Thank you for the MAA. You're very much welcome. Best of luck. Ace, I live in an area subject to extreme weather sometimes where the internet and call service cutting out. Any ideas how to maintain productivity times when there isn't connectivity? Bro, you just have to do some preparations. Guarantee there are things you can do without requiring any electricity or whatever, or being online on the internet. Like there are always things. For example, I was stuck in an airplane, no Wi-Fi for 9 hours, and I still had something to do. Why? Because I planned beforehand. I knew that there was a very high likelihood that I'm not going to have any Wi-Fi, so I just prepared something to do. Like there's always something you can do. You just have to think. And is it okay to invest in your life before making money? Reorganize your home and everything about it. I'm not sure I understand the question. It's okay to invest in yourself, absolutely. Yeah. Investing in Listen, guys, investing in yourself come before making money. That's that's an absolute fundamental. I covered it. Like, it's the same as asking me, how do I get the confidence to approach women? Or like, I will approach women once I get the confidence. No, you don't get the confidence before you approach women. You approach women, then you build your confidence, and then you can approach women in confidence. Like, you lead with the action, not with the other way around. And some people think that, oh, I will only invest in myself when I start making money. But if you choose to subscribe to this mindset, then you will never make a serious amount of money. Keep that in mind. I think in the first video I covered it and I gave some more examples of people think. That's a mental trap that you should avoid. I saw it in relation to the real world, and people say, yeah, I'm going to quit the real world and I'm going to come back to it once I'm already making money. It's like, that's not how it works, my friend. In the real world, you learn how to make money, not the other way around. So yeah, keep that in mind. Can we use Tate's PhD? The Tate's PhD video are completely obsolete by now. So that's absolutely irrelevant information. It's dead in the water. Women already saw those openers thousands of times, like, and then you're going to be associated with Andrew Tate, which isn't the best thing to be in the current climate. So do what you want. I don't recommend that. Hey, how do you get rich in the real world? You don't become rich. You first start to make money, and then once you have money, you can make more money, and then you become rich. You guys already think about becoming extremely rich before you made a single dollars. So first things first. And how do you practice positive mindset and manifestation? I think it's good to let go of you. You're trying now to throw new age garbage at me. I already explained my system and the way I view the world. I don't like all those manifestations and meditations and visualizations. I think a lot of it is just mental masturbation. Like, you're trying to think yourself rich. I don't believe in thinking yourself rich. I believe in making yourself rich, in working yourself rich. That's my philosophy. And for me, it's proven to work. Tate as well, right? But everybody who tells you, like, I know that there's this book, I've read it myself, like Think and Grow Rich. Some of the principles in this book are correct, but the general the general philosophy around it, that almost every self-improvement author has copied, like, oh, you have to be in the positive mindset of always thinking yourself, always imagining money. Like, I don't believe that's true. You just have to work. Imagination itself is never going to get you anywhere. And I know that there are going to be some guys in the comments who will try to correct me of how I view this book. I've read this book. I know what it is. Don't try to make, oh, you view it wrong. No, that's fine. I know how I view it. That's my perspective. You can either agree with me or you can disagree. That's fine. I'm okay with either. As an 80-year-old brokey, should I bother trying to obtain a girlfriend? Or should I invest all my time in the real world? Well, as an 18-year-old brokey, you should invest most of your time, like I would say 90% of it, working inside the real world and trying to make some money. Because as a kid, you don't have much money. And once you're old enough, with enough money, then you can get girlfriends easier. Like, you will have an entire lifetime to get girlfriends. So don't feel like it's something you should absolutely do right now. But on the other hand, you don't have to be a monk. So you can set, like, let's say every Friday you go out and trying to meet some women. That will be fine. Like, I'm not telling you guys 100% of your day should be towards making money. That's not it. Ace, how do I know I'm doing enough, G? Well, you just know. You have to be honest with yourself. Let's say let's say you're sleeping 8 hours a day, 8 hours a night, right? That means you have what, 16 hours a day left. You have to be honest with yourself. Have you utilized those 16 hours to their absolute max? Like, you used the timer, everything was squeezed already, you did your absolute best, and you reach bedtime while you're completely exhausted. Well, is this the case or is it not? Just be honest with yourself. And also, this is why I recommended using the timer, because the timer tells you. Ace, I have clear daily tasks I must complete every day, but I never get them done because my performance isn't good enough. I can't figure out how to solve this problem. Well, I'm trying to really understand why you think that. But bro, just go to day one of the task and continue all the way back to day eight. If you do the tasks I laid out properly, you will find out exactly what the problem is. Like if you did the tasks, you will, and you actually did them, you either completely avoid the problem or you find exactly what it is. So I hope I was able to help. Hey, short now I'm late high school and many of my friends are getting girlfriends. So what, bro? Life is not a competition with your school guys. Some people do better and that's okay. But on the other hand, you will outpace them when it comes to money. And I think that's better than getting a woman in high school. Ace here in Argentina, the average monthly salary is around $150. Right now I'm trying to keep learning about different. Okay, so you're asking if we should get a different job? I don't know. Bro, if you can dedicate enough time to the real world, you will start to make much more than 150. So I don't think that you should focus that hard on whatever jobs that makes you $150 in order to invest them in the real world. If you have the time, then you can do the things that don't require money, and then you will make much more money than that. Like in the either copywriting, but I don't know how your English is, or you can go to client acquisition or content creation, whatever. Ace, I've observed your extensive engagement with scientific research. How do you navigate trust in science research amid skepticism and concerns of misinformation? Well, it really depends who you're getting your information from. Right, most of the information outside is absolutely biased. And if you go and read medical papers, it's not going to be surprising that whoever funded those papers is actually some, I don't know, some big pharma company. Because why would somebody wake up like a research team trying to research some new drug out of the blue? Like research costs money. People aren't working for free. So there's somebody that's funding it. But a lot of things that like psychological, they can be biased as well. You just have to be very aware of who you're getting your information from, where you're getting it from, and always apply common sense. But I do learn a lot and I do research a lot of things. Is adding flavors to rice or chicken allowed? Yes. You, I only said that you don't eat sugar. Adding flavors to food is fine. You don't want to live completely bored life, like flavorless life. Flavor is good. I don't know if this is a stupid question, but is it okay if I make pasta but with chicken? Bro, yeah, eat whatever. As long as it doesn't have sugar. Ace, if you fail to do your task, is it the same as masturbating? No, it's not. I explained it in the bootcamp. Guys, I'm writing not for myself, I'm writing it for you. If you read it, you're avoiding asking a stupid question and you just get back on the walk. So, Ace, how can we increase our income with holding our expenses the same? Well, the answer is inside the question. But if you have to spend money to make more money, that's absolutely fine. Like, for example, I will give you e-commerce. If you're spending $50 on advertisement, but in return, for every $50 you spend, you're getting $150. That's a very nice spending. Like, in that case, I would spend endless amount of money. I would spend 50 millions if I can get 150 million back, right? Just use your common sense. If you increase your expense, but you're getting back something in return, like you're spending money, but you're getting information that will let you make more money, or you're spending money that makes you more money directly, then that's okay. That's expense that you want to increase. What you don't want to increase is spending on dumb shit, which is what most people do. Like they start to make a little bit more money and they want to improve their lifestyle. They make, let's say, $2,000-3,000 more. They go and buy designer clothes. They upgrade their car. They buy new iPhone, whatever. They try to upgrade their lifestyle, and they create what is called, I think the term is income inflation. I need to research this term a little bit more because I'm not sure exactly what the word is. I know how it is in my language, but never mind. In any case, yeah, it's because those kind of people, why they increase their income, they always increase the spending, and not for the good kind of spending, which is to gain something in return. So just don't spend on dumb shit. That's the easiest answer I can give. But by the way, if you make enough money, it's okay to to improve your lifestyle, increase your spending on things that make you feel good. There's nothing bad in buying things that make you feel good as long as they are earned. Like if you make some nice money, that's okay to upgrade your car. Like once I started to make money, I actually the first thing I did was actually upgrade my mattress because I was sleeping on a shitty one, and now it just made my sleep so much better. And so for me, it's not an expense at all. I also don't buy. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that I like to buy. I don't like to buy designer clothes and things that poor people like to buy. Okay, next. You said before it doesn't matter how much time you have necessary, but instead it matters how you utilize your time. Can you explain how to utilize your time more effectively? Bro, the entire program is revolved around utilize your time properly. And I think I already covered that before in one of my questions that I asked. But you can go to the bootcamp and read about it a little bit more. Ace, we have apple juice made from our own apple tree. It has no added sugar and it's not fermented. It's okay to drink, right? No, I already told you before. Drinking fruit juice, it doesn't matter if you add sugar or not. It still contains tons of sugar. Like natural or not, that's sugar. Because how many apples can you eat? Like you can eat one apple, maybe two apples, and you're completely full. But you can drink juice from 10 apples and you wouldn't even feel that. And congratulations, you just ate like 15 grams of sugar or something. You don't want to do that. So yeah, try to avoid the juices. If you like your apples, just eat it as is. Ace, my oldest brother stopped talking to me over 5 months ago. Once he found out, I listened to Tate Brothers. Bro, if somebody disconnect, like pushes you away because of the things you like to do, now they don't deserve to be in your life. I know it's painful, but if they rejected you, the worst thing you can be is trying to win them back, like to crawl back at them, trying to beg for attention. Like this is not a position you want to be in. The position you want to be in is that you turn your life into so much than it used to be. That your brother realized, man, I made a mistake. My brother is not actually the stupid guy I thought he is. He lives a fantastic lifestyle. He listened to those guys who I thought were criminals. But his life got so much better, especially when I compare it to mine. Like, bro, does he do so much better? He's so rich now. He looks good. He always looks the best. He has some nice, beautiful girlfriend. Like, he did something right, and I did something wrong. And I think I was wrong to cut him off because everything I thought bad about him turned out to be a complete lie. That's where you want your brother to go, and you would only have accomplished that if you did your absolute best in improving yourself. Same thing with a girlfriend or a woman, it doesn't matter. Can you talk about public speaking and how to get over the nervousness? Just speak, bro. There are many classes you can attend for public speaking. I attended one as well. I'm sure in your city there's a very big organization. It's called the Toastmasters. Just Google Toastmasters near me, and I'm sure you'll find an open class. Just go and speak. They would give you like a ticket with, I don't know, like a subject that you have to speak about, like a random subject. Go speak about it for like 2 minutes. Yeah, and just have to do it. And this is how you get over the nervousness. You can't fix something without working on it. Like I said it before, the way to get over nervousness of public speaking is to just speak more publicly. Action comes first. Action will always precede result. That's how the world works. You don't reach a state before you took action. Very nice. Just started taking it seriously yesterday. Feel good today, but I got really tempted to eat processed food and I gave in it. Bro, just throw it away. You don't want to keep processed food. Like you don't want to keep a bag of chips staring in your eyes, begging you, come eat me, come eat me. Like, bro, throw it away. Because you want to increase the resistance. You want to increase what's it called? You want to make it harder for you to fall off. Like you need to If you need to actually dress up, well, you already dressed the best possible, but you have to leave your house, take your car, go to the supermarket, buy another bag of chips, then go back home and eat that. Like, that's much harder to break and fall from your diet. If all you have to do is just reach with your hand to the cabinet and pull a bag of chips, right? So just throw it away. Make it hard for you to actually fail. So I have 1 year free to devote myself to the real world before going to vet university. And I feel I will stay in the matrix as I finish university, even though I have a skill as a copywriter. What advice would you give me? Well, let's ask, why do you go to university, like, at all? From what I read in your question, nothing about going to become a veterinary aligns with your goals. So why? Because your parents want you to? Think about it properly. Guys, always remember